And we also talked about how pharma is very global, not on the clinical side, pre-commercial side, it is incredibly global, right?
Yeah.
So when you have supply chain that's long and complex, you often run into issues like diversion and counterfeit. And we know, even though US has one of the best, safest supply chain, we know that there are tons of inspections and investigations going on. I want to just point out that in December, FDA had issued a public advisory on GLP-1 product. And FDA don't just issue public advisory out of nowhere. They do this because they are in very overwhelming amount of evidence that's the underlying issues, right? The GLP-1, I would say counterfeit, diverted GLP-1 or compounded without proper license products that would be misbranded, just illegitimate, right, on the commercial market.
It just occurred to me also. I mean, one of the things that really pops up when you mention the GLP-1, right? I mean, you can have a GLP-1 product that it has full serialization, but it does not mean that if that product then gets compounded into smaller lots for distribution, that serialization is preserved. I would imagine that it needs to now be serialized, because now you have these sublots that have to have some sort of traceability back to where it originally came from.
That's true. The products do transform after they leave the original manufacturer. You talked about compounding. There's also kitting. There's also repackaging, right? So repackagers can buy bulk and then they package it into smaller units. And amazingly, that the Drug Supply Chain Security Act designated the GS1 standard as the interoperability standard. I don't want to make this very technical webinar, but what I'm trying to explain is there is a data set in this interoperability greater data repository. Is called a transformation event. You're absolutely right. The technology, our technology, LSPedia, for product post-commercial that's transformed from the original packaging to a different packaging or units, there is actually a data set that captures this transformation event. And I know you talked about earlier, like on the API side, that's absolutely a transformation. You got to go through, compounding and various different manufacturing process. So technology is here. Technology is here to capture those events.